Today is the 5th of April, so it is the final day of the 2021-2022 tax year. So we're going to have a look at my Vanguard ISA. This is the last day that I could invest into this Vanguard ISA. I'm not going to today, but we're going to have a look at exactly how it's developed over the last year, see where it's sat at the moment, and do a bit of a portfolio update. Let's hop straight in. I initially opened this ISA around the 24th of May 2019, and I've held my ISA with Vanguard for every year since then. So it's about 2 years and 11 months old at this point. If you caught my last video, you'll know that I am again renewing this Vanguard ISA and will be investing through Vanguard within the 2022-2023 financial year as well. But let's hop straight onto the platform and see where I'm at. You can see here at the top of the screen, my ISA value is currently £11,574.19, which I'm very, very pleased with. My personal rate of return currently sits at 42.70%. Now, this is a time-weighted rate of return. It's not a cash-on-cash rate of return, but I'm still very, very pleased with that so far. If we check the investments, as with every one of my portfolio update videos, you'll see that the S&P 500 is still the largest holding within my portfolio, currently making up around 37% of the total weighting. Now, this is a little bit under where I'm aiming for. If you've caught my 6-fund portfolio video, you'll know that I'm targeting around 50% allocation towards the S&P 500. So I am still looking to buy into this position and make sure that I balance it in the way that I see fit. This all means I've got a total value invested within the S&P 500 at the moment of £4,287.73. On the left hand side of the screen, because it is an ISA account, you can see that I've got £16,265 that I could have still invested into this portfolio. Now, I'd love to say that it was realistic for me to invest all of the money into my ISA every single tax year. Unfortunately, it's not. Last year I targeted between £300 and £400 invested every single month. So that equates to £3,600 to £4,800 in the year. And you can see that I have achieved that. Next year, also the next financial year, this one coming, I am looking to invest nearer to £400 or £450 every month. Maybe not at the very beginning of the ISA year, but definitely towards the end. That's something that I'm looking to be very, very strict on and try to achieve. So you'll have to kind of hold me to that, hopefully. We can click through to view performance, and you can see here it's broken down again very, very nicely and neatly. And this, as I've said before, is one of the things that I really, really like about the Vanguard platform. You can get a lot of understanding as to actually where your money is and how it's got to where it is now. And it breaks down exactly kind of the different funds and how they've performed. So that's something that I really like with the platform. So you can see that since inception, I've invested £9,745 into this account, and I've seen a total return to me of £1,829.19, giving me that total portfolio value of £11,574. You can also see that growth here on the graph at the bottom. So we've got two major dips here in kind of the lifetime of my portfolio. From where I started off at £500 back in May of 2019. We've got the first dip here, which was obviously the coronavirus dip in March of 2020. And then the second dip just over here, which is obviously what's going on at the moment in Ukraine and in Eastern Europe. I've been surprised actually to see how positively the market has rebounded, of course, with everything that's still going on in Ukraine. But again, the market has clearly proved me wrong. Because this is the end of the financial year as well, we're going to have a look at over the last year exactly what's gone on within my portfolio. So you can see up here you've got since inception or the 1 year button. So I'm going to click on the 1 year, and I'm then going to change the start date to the beginning of the financial year in 2021. And that breaks down exactly what's happened in my account over the last year. You can see that at the beginning of the 21-22 financial year, my portfolio started at £6,888.92. So that has increased almost £4,700 over the last year. You can see that £3,735 of that has come from my capital investments. So those are my monthly investments that I make every single month when I get paid. And you can see that my investments have returned to me over that period of time, so over the last year, £950.27. All of this overall though gives my portfolio a total return on investment within the 2021-2022 financial tax year of 10.75%, which is above the usual benchmark of the S&P 500. So we'll pop the data back to the financial year that's just finished, and we'll click through to the calculations tab here. It breaks down some of the information about what we've contributed and withdrawn. Obviously, we've not withdrawn anything this year, but we have contributed, obviously, the amount that I've already discussed. You can see that the total capital gains, so this is the total capital gains that I've made in the last year, is £813.55. I've lost 55 pence through an investment that I sold. That was the one which I sold in my video showing you how to sell investments on the platform, one that I actually bought accidentally. And I've actually made 3 pence in gross interest. And this is something that I used to get from Vanguard a long time ago. Obviously, it kind of disappeared when interest rates basically disappeared as well. And now interest rates are starting to rise. I am starting to see monthly interest being accrued to me through any cash that I hold within the Vanguard platform. So that's another benefit of Vanguard. You do earn interest on any cash that's not currently invested. Dividends this year, I've had a really good year. I've had the best year so far with regards to dividends. I've made £150.60 in dividend income over the last 12 months. And that is just for holding money in the account. I've not had to do anything with that. Obviously, it's invested into funds which can go up and can go down. But I've not had to do anything else apart from that. So that's better than any bank, any interest in any savings account, and one of the major benefits of investing, especially in Vanguard funds, because they do give a very nice dividend, consistent dividend, which comes in quarterly. If we change it back to inception, you can see again the total capital gains that I've made on my portfolio is £1,623. Gross interest 21p, not really worth mentioning, but dividends here £208.70. Bearing in mind £150 of that has come from this year alone, you can really see how dividends have started to snowball for me now. And bearing in mind I'm only about 3 years into my investing journey, if this was 30 years into my investing journey, you can see that this would be a very substantial amount every single year coming into my portfolio for me doing absolutely nothing. Equally, since inception, you can see my overall charges is £20.59. As I said in my last video, Vanguard is now no longer the king of fees, and they're actually more expensive than places like InvestEngine and Trading 212. But for the peace of mind, for the support, and for all of this functionality on the platform, I'm more than happy to pay that. We can also dive in and check out the monthly portfolio development over time, once it decides to load. And we'll break down each of the individual months. So you can see here, we won't account for April of this year because it's obviously there's only 5 days which account for the new, or for the last financial year. You can see March was a positive month, making me £399.18 in capital gains. That is actually the largest month now that I have ever had in capital gains on any investment platform. Previously, the largest was in November of 2020, where I made £385. But this new one here, so March 2020, is the best year, or best month, sorry, that I've ever had. So March was positive, so we had 1 positive, December positive 2, November 3, October 4, August 5, June 6, and April 7. So 7 out of the last 12 months have been positive for me and seen my portfolio grow. We obviously had January and February where the markets did take that quite substantial dip on the invasion of Ukraine. And as I said, I didn't expect it to rebound so quickly with things still occurring out there. But we can never predict what's going to happen with the markets, can we? And I think this has just shown that. We can then move across to a breakdown of my investments. I'll go through these really quickly because you all know pretty much what I invest in now. So we've got the emerging markets. I've spent £1,411 on this, currently up 12.69%, seeing a total gain or loss of just under £90 with a nice £31 dividend. We've got the FTSE Developed Asia Pacific ex Japan. I've invested just over £500 into this fund with a dividend of £22.85. Overall then, with the dividend and the capital gains included, I'm up 37.77% time weighted, equating to a return on investment of £118.32. We then come to the two which have not done so well for me at all. We've got the FTSE Developed Europe ex UK. I've invested just under £900 here. I've seen a £10.95 dividend, and I've currently seen a capital loss of £20.16. We've then got the FTSE Japan. I've invested just over £700 in this one, seeing a dividend of £9.64, which overall sees me down 3.39% or a negative £17 loss. We then got the three big ones for me. So FTSE 100, I've invested £1,364. I've seen an £80 dividend and I'm up on capital gains by just over £200. All in then, I'm up £280.77 or 36.59% time weighted return. The absolute success story is of course the S&P 500. I've invested £3,439 into this fund. I've seen a dividend of £53.47 and a total capital gains of £864. So I'm up £904.08 or a return on investment of 68.05%. Like I said, that is time weighted, so it's not a cash on cash return, but I'm still incredibly happy with that rate at the moment. The final one we've got is the life strategy, which I've invested £1,407. I'm slowly starting to sell out of this position. It is an accumulation fund, which means I don't get paid a dividend. It obviously automatically gets reinvested back into the fund. I'm up £483 or 45.5%. The final thing I like to do, and I know that some of you guys like seeing as well, but I'm not sure many other people on YouTube do, is show you the holdings, the exact holdings of each of these different investments. So we're going to flick through here to the holdings, just click on the detail view, that toggles it on and off. And you can see the different units that I hold down here. So the life strategy, I hold 6.30 units. The emerging markets, around 30 units, with a total weighting of 12.70%. The FTSE 100, I hold 47 units with a total weighting of 13.52%. The developed Asia Pacific ex-Japan, I hold 27 units with a total weighting of 5%. The FTSE developed Europe ex-UK, I hold 29 units with a total weighting of 7.54%. The FTSE Japan, I hold 29 units again, similar to the one above, with a total weighting of 6.30%. Obviously these two have the same units held, but different weightings, and that's because each unit is valued at a different amount. And finally the S&P 500, I hold 67 units of the fund with a total weighting of 38.19%. So there we have it. The total value of my ISA currently sat at £11,574.19, and as I said, it's only going to be going in one direction. I'd be really interested to hear how your year has gone of investing. Are you investing through Vanguard? Are you investing through trading 2 on 2 in individual stocks and shares? Pop a comment down below to let me know your rate of return for the last financial tax year. Mine was obviously 10.75%. Did you beat that? Were you equal to that? Or did you fall just below that? Let me know in the comments below. If you do enjoy videos like this, of course, please do subscribe to the channel and drop a like on the video as well to help push this out to more people. I've got a video coming out very soon about my YouTube, about my analytics, and about what my goals are for the next year of YouTube. I try to tie everything into the financial year with it being a financial channel, so it's like the brand new year. With that said, guys, I really hope you've again enjoyed the video. If you fancy making a bit of extra money via a method called matched betting, check the video up above or use the link down below, which takes you through to Profit Accumulator, a software that I've used to make over £9,000 in tax-free cash. If that sounds like something you're interested in, check it out down below. And with that said, I'll see you all in the next one.